that's also one of my books. And if you want me to turn the pages, I'll turn them for you.
Okay, you have like a website?
Yeah. Gothic Vogue, www.gothicvogue.com is my online magazine. www.leroyroper.com is my official website. And this is the most recent article written in London in 2010. And it's called Leroy Roper Portraits of the Soul, because when I work with people, I work with a lot of individuals as well as corporations and things like that. But when I work with people, I talk with them about what's happening in their life, and then I interpret that into my world of fantasy. It's like, for example, if you see an image that I do of a woman as a butterfly, you know, if you see an image that I do of a woman as a butterfly, it's because a butterfly is a symbol of change. And it's basically like you're coming out of the cocoon of the past to fly on your own wings. And for a lot of people, it seems like a fantasy that a caterpillar would go into a cocoon and come out as a butterfly, but it's true, it's beyond illusion. So the fact that that goes through changes symbolizes that we all go through changes. One of the poems I wrote was, "Nothing ever dies, it only changes form." We are all in a constant state of growth and development. We are all in a constant state of metamorphosis. So whenever you see me do an image of a woman as a butterfly, it's because she's gone through changes. And for me, the butterfly wings represent two things. One set of wings represent the worst things that you've experienced in this life. The other set of wings represent everything else. Not just the greatest, but not the worst. But it takes both sets of wings in order to fly and see the world through the eyes of the whole person. That's one of the main themes behind my work. And the other overwhelming theme behind my work is a phrase that I wrote many, many years ago. But basically it's this. There's a character in Greek mythology that carries the weight of the world upon his shoulders. I believe that most women accomplish that feat on a daily basis. We all came to the earth through the vessel of woman. So my imagery reflects that. And many people say that my imagery is empowering towards women. Many of the people that work with me consider it therapy more than a photo shoot, and they consider it an empowering thing for them. And when I work with people, I don't only want them to appreciate the pictures at this moment, I want them to appreciate the pictures 20 years from now. I want them to be able to look at those pictures and know that when they look at it, they'll know who they were the day before they came to my studio and who they became when they left. And when they look back at those pictures, they'll recognize different aspects of their lives. But yes, I want them to appreciate the pictures 20 years from now as well as now. And as an artist, I want my work to be appreciated 100 years from now, bare minimum. You know, so I'm trying to be true with my work. I've been an artist since I was 5 years old. But like I said, I was an award-winning journalist before I ever graduated high school and a professional. The first job I had out of high school was inspecting the material that I paint my backdrops on right now. You know, and I first began doing body art when I was commissioned to do an ad for a major department store chain, and they had commissioned me to do a backdrop of the road at night. And they had two guys walking across that road that I painted. And then they wanted me to paint a girl in a black leotard with white tiger stripes, and she grabbed the back of one of the guy's bathing suits and growled at the guy, kind of like the copper tone advertisement dog, copper tone tan little dog grabbing the girl. And so when I did that, I wasn't doing photography then at all. I was just doing backdrops, but they requested that I do that for that ad. And when I did that, the photographer who shot it said, "You know, Leroy, you might get known for this body painting thing." And I said, "Yeah, tell me all about it. I'm going to be running around painting bodies." That was in 1986. Now I'm one of the most well-known fantasy photographers, body artists, and set designers around. I never anticipated it.
You like what you do? I mean,
it's my passion. You know, the thing about it is I've been an artist since I was 5 years old. What I like about what I do is when people contact me and let me know that the work that I did with them changed their lives. And I get emails daily from people that I worked with 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and yesterday, telling me how working with me had changed their lives, had strengthened and empowered them, and that allowed them to see themselves in a different way, or allowed them to see a different type of beauty that they have. You know, and one thing I try to say often as well is, I'll tell basically anyone, if you have a beautiful heart, I will always be able to take beautiful pictures of you regardless of society's interpretation of beauty at the time. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and I am beholding beauty. I'm trying to show you how you are, I'm trying to show you yourself through someone else's mirror. and that mirror is mine. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I want to show people what I see in them, not necessarily what they see in themselves based on their other experiences. Everybody has a beauty that is uniquely their own, and that's what I try to bring out and show to the people that I work with.
Do you see yourself like that? I mean, if you take a picture of yourself or paint of yourself, what you see?
What I see is who I am that day. You know, I've done a lot of self-portraits and things like that, but it's really documenting who I am that day. I don't think about it so much. I mean, I've been an artist since I was 6 years old. A lot of the work I do is more therapy towards other people and showing them their own beauty. I have no problem with mine. You know, and I never have. And my parents have always supported my work and always backed up my art. So, you know, unlike many artists, I've had the opportunity to have, you know, to have people give me encouragement in everything I do, whether it be my paintings, drawings, or writings, you know, or photography. I don't go anywhere. People come here. We have an international airport. My studio is located in the Deep Ellum area of Dallas, Texas. People have come to my studio from all over the world.
So you ever travel?
The most recent show I did was a show at Gallery ML in Philadelphia, which is one of the very few art galleries in the country that is totally caters to body artists and fantasy photography that incorporates body art. And we did a show there about 2 years ago in Philly. Most recently, I collaborated with, as a matter of fact, it's almost a year to the date, February 11th last year, we collaborated with Envizo, N-N-V-I-Z-O, formerly the Irving Symphony Orchestra. And we did a production called Le Fleur. And at the beginning of the production, my girlfriend and makeup artist, Tiffany Diamond, was my awakening flower. And my image is on a 20 by 30 screen above the symphony. So that was a very good feeling thing to do, especially since I was also an award-winning musician. I was one of the best cornet, aka trumpet players in the city when I was in 7th grade. I was number 1 in the city. So music is to my heart too. So when I collaborate with the symphony and show my art in conjunction with music, it's something dear to me.